So I think I can pinpoint the kind of moment that I started my journey into understanding or kind of realizing that I was an atheist. And I think I've always been a skeptic, even from when I was a little kid. When I was in little kid Sunday school and they were like, Jesus died for your sins so that you won't go to hell. Even then, I was like, how does that work? Like, how does some guy that I don't even know that lived thousands of years ago dying make it so that I don't get in trouble for the things I do? And then on top of that, what did I do that was so bad? At ten years old, what did I do to deserve burning in hell for all of eternity? But that's the basis of Christianity, right? That's the very foundation of the whole process, is that you deserve hell just by existing, just by being born. You deserve hell, and the only way to not go to hell is to believe in Jesus and to love him and stuff. Which, saying it out loud as an adult just sounds stupid, but back then it was like, well, these adults are telling me, so it must be real. But it's still, there was always a doubt in the back of my head, so I never really bought into the whole nonsense anyway. But as I grew up, I started thinking, well, the Bible's not. I mean, maybe it's just kind of a good guide. Of course, I had never really read it, but maybe the Bible is kind of a good guide, and obviously not to be taken literally, but sort of just take meaning from the stories, like metaphor and things like that. So uh, that's kind of what I based my worldview on for a while. I just sort of was like, well, there probably is a God. I don't know, and I don't really read the Bible anyway, so who cares? But I was in Sunday school class, and it was just after, I think it was like a school shooting had happened, and so we were talking about just how bad things are in Sunday school. And my Sunday school class is one of those that, like, they try to make it seem like a really cool place, so it's not like a lesson as much as it is like a discussion class. And so, which actually is kind of fun, except for I have to really watch what I say because I'm afraid I'm really gonna make somebody mad someday. Because I've ruffled a few feathers, but whatever. Anyway, so we're discussing just kind of how bad things are, and there's a guy in my class who is an intelligent guy. He has a master's degree. I don't know what he does for a living, but he's a smart guy. And he starts talking about Adam and Eve and kind of what happened back then and why that's the cause of what's going on today. And I start actually listening to what he's saying and thinking, holy shit, this guy really believes that happened. Like, that there were actually two people that began this whole thing. And I don't know, I guess I just sort of lost a little bit of faith in humanity at that point, because I just kind of assumed that in this day and age that everybody sort of thought the way I did, in that there's no reason to really believe that the Bible is real because there's so much evidence out there to the contrary. So to hear this guy talk about Adam and Eve like it's an actual historical event is mind-blowing to me. And at that point, I started thinking to myself, there must be other people that think this way, right? So I start kind of looking up, and holy hell, there are so many people that believe that the Bible is actually literal, like that everything in the Bible actually happened. And of course, that search led me on to searches, or led me on to, like, Christopher Hitchens and Richard Dawkins and things like that. And I think a lot of us kind of have that same story where that it's kind of followed down the rabbit hole, and here we are today. But I was freaking blown away that there was a person in this day and age that could believe literally that the Bible, that the people started with Adam and Eve. And maybe it's too much to hope for, but I really hope that maybe in my lifetime we can see kind of an increase in people going, wait a minute, really? You believe that? That's stupid. And maybe at the very least just shedding some light on how just ridiculous it is to believe some of that stuff. Probably not, but I guess there's always hope.